Welcome to Explainomics, where we explain everything around the intersection of business, finance, and everyday life. Today we're talking about how to get your first credit card if you have no credit, but even if you have bad credit. I'll show you how. But first, who is this for? Usually young people, students, people who just have never bought anything on their own. That's why they never had a credit card. But also it could be people who moved recently from another country, like recent immigrants, so they have no credit history in the United States. Or you might even be one of those people that grew up in a family that just didn't like credit cards, so you never got around to getting one. It's never too late. And the big why would you be doing that at this stage? This is not the time with your first credit card to get those amazing perks that you read about. You will likely be getting none of that. This is the time to start building credit and a credit history, so one day you can qualify for those amazing cards and for great rates when getting other types of loans like an auto loan or a mortgage. But first, a word of caution. If you start racking up debt at this young age, assuming you're a young person getting your first credit card, you could spend the rest of your life trying to pay it off. So please only use a credit card to the extent that you can make your full payment every single month. With that being said, let's get into the details. The first thing you could do is become an authorized user on someone else's account, presumably your parents or guardians, and especially if you're a minor, that will basically be your only choice. Now that can be a great option for you because their credit usage will start showing up in your credit report as they keep using the credit card and you have some access to the account. So your credit journey will begin and you'll have to do none of the work. However, if your parents or guardians are not that good with money, payments, and late payments, that could have a damaging effect on your credit. And because you're only starting out, that negative effect can actually be quite important. So I want you to be wise when you pick the person whose account you're going to use. The other option you have is to get your own student credit card, and you cannot be a minor for that. You have to turn 18 to get your own credit card, but those credit cards are specifically designed for people like you, young people that haven't really had any credit history, don't have a high credit score. They want to get started on that journey. And sometimes student credit cards also offer some perks that relate to the life of a student for specific types of purchases that can actually be quite useful. So make sure to ask for information at your bank or credit union. Another great option for beginners with no credit history is getting a secured credit card. These credit cards basically use cash as collateral, and that secures your credit line and makes the bank more confident that they will get their money back. For example, you may be asked to put down $1,000 as collateral, and then your credit limit will be 50% to 80% of that, so $500, $700, $800. That makes you a better candidate than if you had no collateral at all, and you're more likely to get approved and start building your credit so that one day you can get to those high credit scores that will enable you to apply for the fancier credit cards with those amazing rewards and perks. One last note, credit cards for people with no credit history come with very high interest rates. But if you pay your full balance every month, you will pay no interest, so the interest rate won't apply to you. That's why it's so important to only make purchases that you feel confident that you can pay off every single month. For more videos from MarketWatch and the Explainomics series, click the subscribe button and keep checking back on the Explainomics playlist. I'll see you next time.